Pinball, and we're here with the Diner. And Merry Christmas, everyone. So I made a few changes to Diner. Set it to hard settings. I didn't want to make it like super wood choppy, so I stopped it hard. I didn't go to extra hard. Some of the things is the eat progress doesn't carry over. You will get that. Also, another change I did was I moved the outlane post, which doesn't matter when the ball goes down the middle. But this hopefully will demonstrate like what you can do to make the game a little bit more difficult. Don't have to go crazy. But hopefully everyone's having a good Christmas. We've kind of wrapped up, so I'm hiding from people right now. Just for a little bit. So I thought I would stream some Taxi. So no extra balls. So you'll see these scores dramatically drop down. You've been asking for that for a while, lady. This is one of the differences is on the hard setting, it only starts with din spelled, so you have to still hit the ER. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, but not like to the point where you feel like you're chopping wood. I'm trying to get your Frankfurter, lady. Nailed. Oh, that count? It did. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I was like, I hit that shot. So let's try to actually play the multi-ball. I don't know what the goal there was with that flipper skill. Ooh, that little... Trying to get where we started the multi-ball again. That's rough. We also opened the outlanes. I don't know if I mentioned that. Trying partner. It's not easy to hit it up there. We did nothing during that multi-ball. But that's okay. Some of the changes also in the settings is if we don't keep ramping that, we don't keep chaining those shots over there on that left ramp, it will time out. I think 6 seconds, which, hey, Merry Christmas, thank you. I hope you're having a good one. And ever since I changed the settings, now I can't hit that left ramp, and nothing changed physically to the game that would prevent me from hitting that left ramp. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's doing well and having a good evening, having a good stress-free Christmas. My kids are all distracted with all of their junk that they got that was way too expensive. But yeah. So as you can see, we're on ball 3. We have 3 million. We have no potential to get extra balls. So the 50 million days are probably a little bit behind us now. Let's try to lock this ball. We will. We will. So this will give us a better look at how like the difficulty of Diner actually matches up. Misled! I'm too slow. What am I too slow about? I don't know what I'm too slow about. Slow, stress-free. Yeah, so hopefully everything's looking good on this. There we go, we got our multi-ball. I'd like to not lose it immediately. I know, dude. There we go. Oh, we got it. Okay, so our ramps are going to be worth 500 million. Or not 500 million. That would be a lot. 500,000, which we will get none of. Could have got 1 for the road there. Let's get that root beer to him. He's been waiting patiently. Oh, one of the diners will remind you. I like their little quibs. Little quips. Not quibs. Quips. See if we can hit the stir of the cup finally. Nope. I've forgotten how to play this, apparently. But you can see the scores are significantly down already from what we were doing last stream with extra balls and easy outlane settings, which they haven't really factored in yet. I cannot hit that left ramp now. I definitely can't stir no cups. There we go. There's a little tiny stir of the cup. Not the best. Man, that ramp is closed. I was like hitting it with impunity yesterday. So, already, this is the score we're dealing with, about what, 6 million or so? Yeah, well, 58. What's a diner? It's like a little restaurant that serves comfort food. Like moving the people in the back box. But a diner is a fun game, but I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult. I was borderline bullying it yesterday, so it didn't feel right. So I wanted to make it a little bit fairer for the game. Ooh, we got a spot customer. That's huge. But if you watch Guy Fieri on Diners, Drive-Ins, Dives, or whatever it's called, that gives you a pretty good idea of what a diner is. Man, I almost hit 4 ramps there. There we go. We still kept it going. There we go. We are not hitting this ramp clean today. There we go. Now we're finally... Oh, man. See how quickly it's timing out now in comparison to last time? So now we have to restart hitting those all over. What's a diner? Oh, pinball? Oh, it's just a game. It's kind of the complementary game to Williams Taxi. They have a lot of similarities between the two. So there's a lot of similarities. I would still say that Taxi is the more difficult of the two. Just feels that way in the short time that I played this one. There we go. Now we're stirring some cups. Ooh, we almost got a 2 million one. But yeah, Diner is a lot of fun. Looking kind of like Freddy Cougar over here with this hoodie on. A little lightweight hoodie. I'm trying to get you your food, dude. Oh, there we go. We're good. Let's try to get this lock and get this multi-ball so we can feed some more people. Hey, Stargazer, what's up? Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. What? Yeah, Taxi is sweet. I'm not going to argue with you there. Diner is probably the better looking of the two games. What? You're going to get me? You're going to get me a no fear? So, it's got me a Christmas present. I appreciate that. I do like no fear. I'd like to get one that I can set up the way I want to set it up, so I can actually have a chance at that jump ramp. Pretty fun game. There we go. Alright, now we're hitting... Oh, I don't know what that was. That was not even close to hitting there. Oh, I wanted that multi-ball, but I missed it. That shot, because you don't, like both of the inner shots on the game, you don't shoot them much until you really need to shoot them. And then when you need to shoot them, it's like super important that you're able to hit them. There we go. We did that. That was just... Oh. And there's no ball save on these. I would like to feed these people so we can get to dine time and actually put up a decent score tonight. Hey, Taxi! I love the Gorby song, and the Gorby song's in here too for Boris. My kids, when we had a taxi, this is way back, like 4 years. Sorry about that. We had a taxi like before I got really into competitive pinball, so I really didn't get to appreciate that game as much as I wanted to, because I didn't really explore the rules that much. Ooh, that was close. At least we got that order done. But I think I have the Maryland taxi. Not that it's like a big deal that Maryland versus Lola on the taxi art. It actually really doesn't matter. It's just one of those things that people like to point out. But yeah, Diner is definitely a little bit easier, but still challenging. Oh, that was on me. And now we don't have another ball, and now we don't get to do dine time, so we built that money for nothing. But Diner is a lot of fun. Taxi is a lot of fun. Just those System 11s, there's something about them. I think if I had like my ultimate choice, I would probably just have an Earthshaker. But Earthshaker, it was cheap back then, yeah. Didn't even have to tip them sometimes. Just go back there and do dishes. That'd be funny if that was like a call out here. Like if you didn't have, like you didn't do really well on a ball, you had to like go in the back and wash the dishes to pay for your bill. But I think Earthshaker would be one of the tops on my list, but it's just really hard to find an Earthshaker that's in good condition. I'm not like a super condition snob, but I definitely don't want like something that smells like musk and nastiness. Oh, that was bad. But yeah, I'd like to get another taxi at some point and revisit that now that I like kind of play pinball a little bit differently. Like there's playing pinball. Oh, that was bad. There's playing pinball, and then there's playing pinball with like an interest in the rules, which is completely different. Probably shouldn't be shooting those drops like I am, but here we are. So as you can see, the score is significantly down. I think most of that is the extra ball settings. Also, the timeout on this left ramp is way harsher. So if I don't keep looping this, it's unlikely that I'm going to get the ball back under control to be able to do anything about it and build my dine time. So like this right here, see, it's already timing out, so I had to like get really lucky there to get that. But we got a 10 million dine time, which is 2 away from max, so I'm gonna try to feed these fools. Almost died. Now we need to collect the fries, which I was way off there, and I died for it. But yeah, we're probably not gonna see some. We like, if we're lucky, we'll see me get into the 20 millions, and even that number is gonna take a lot of luck to get there. Because Stir the Cup is a little bit harder on hard settings. But I always, when I have games that maybe I'm playing and I'm just, not that it's a problem often for me, but if I have a game where I'm just wrecking it, like 50 million on this game is absurd to be shooting that. So if I'm doing 50 million on this, it tells me that I have the game set up too easy, and I need to make some adjustments to how it's set up so I can enjoy it in a different way, like a more challenging way, right? System 11s, I think, you don't really need to have extra balls on at all. Not really any reason to have extra balls on. Ooh, I don't know what that was, but need to feed this dude. Need to feed all of these people. Oh, it's not a dude, it's a lady. So we're starting back over, so we have to loop these. This is probably the most wood choppy of the things to do, but it's so fun to do it that it doesn't really matter to me. I'm more than happy to keep doing that. If left to my own devices, I would just shoot that ramp all the time. Ooh, we got lucky there. Trying to feed you, but I'm not really hitting anything. Surprised you didn't die there, to be honest with you. Top 5, top scores, top 5. What's that? Same old dude. I know, you've been very, very adamant about... Ooh, we got some good... That's probably the best way to do that, is to hit that left drop bank if you're going to do it, and let it careen over into the other drop bank. That's probably the worst way of doing it. We got dying time ready. I don't think we have any value, but we'll still try to collect it for gigs. Here we go. There we go. 11. Oh no, it's good. 11 million. Yeah, we'll take that. But the reason you set this to 3 ball is it makes it more intense, right? Because you know you don't have an extra ball. These stupid rubbers. Because you know you don't have an extra ball coming, and you're like, I have to maximize what I can do with these 3 balls. So getting dying time once is hard, and then getting dying time twice is going to be pretty hard too. But these are just little things. Like, you don't want to make the game not enjoyable to play, but if you're just, you know, bullying something, like if you're like a Viking Eric and you're putting 41 billion up on Bond, maybe it's time to open up those outlanes. Maybe make those slingshots a little bit more sensitive. Maybe turn up the eject on the scuba whatever thing. Maybe do a little bit to make it harder for you if you're killing the game like that. Because otherwise, then it's not... I mean, it can still be fun. If we left it on easy settings, we could try to roll it or something like that, where you're trying to get the biggest score. He does that. He's true. Like, it's probably the most Viking thing about him, is he just goes and pillages high scores and then leaves. Yeah, definitely misled. I 100% agree. Because you work so... It's not hard to get the multi-ball qualified, which I think is the key to making it fun, right? Because you're bummed out, right? You're bummed out. Oh, now I'm bummed out. But you're bummed out when you lose the multi-ball immediately, but you're not, like, dejected. Because you can still go and grab another multi-ball. It's not like you're... Yeah, it's not like... That's the best way of saying it, misled. You're just like, meh, I'll just do it again. I'll spell diner again. I'll get my lock light lit, and I'll go from there. So, like, we lost that first multi-ball pretty quick, but we got it back. Now all we need to do is hit the Borgie, the Gorby loop shot, and we're back in multi-ball. No harm, no foul. And now we can try to do something with it. And this is a really good multi-ball, because once you complete it... Oh, I was trying to hit that stir the cup, but I was also trying to hit my rush one. But we're out of multi-ball. If we want to get multi-ball again, we have to go up this ramp. Spell diner again. And it looks like it gave us the instant ability to go back in there. Hey, Papa the Guy, what's up? Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you all for joining. I didn't expect many people to join, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I just figured I would hop on, do a quick stream, some more diner, give you guys a quick look on, like a quick turn on what it looks like when you kind of change the difficulty. And there's always 2 types of difficulty changes that you can do. You can change the software, make it hard. But I think the key with the software changes is you have to mitigate making it feel like woodchop. Like, because on Bond, like, every mode is started with hitting 1 ramp, either the villain or the henchman ramp, and then you're in a mode. Well, you could go into the settings and make it require, like, 4 hits to each ramp. But then it's not fun. You're taking kind of some of the fun away of the game by doing that. So I think, you know, if I was like in charge of setting up the games, that you have your pinball, chill. But if I was in charge of setting up games, I'd always try to lean on software changes to make things a little bit more difficult. Um, you know, based on the level of players that I have in the tournament. Ooh, we got him as Chili. I'm gonna get you. Oh, that would have been so much cooler if you would have hit that. There we go. We fed somebody already. Yeah, you can go steep, but you know what, Sargrazer? I'm gonna argue a counterpoint to that, and the counterpoint is sometimes floaty games give tournament players a lot more difficulty than steep games. Because if you're a competition pinball player, you've played every steep game. Every game that you've ever played has been steep, right? So all of your shot references and all the where you remember the shots being are all in reference to games that are just set up really, really steep. But you can kind of accomplish the same thing with competition players by lowering the pitch and making it difficult in that regard. Yeah, you put a competition player on like a Future Spa or an Embryon or a Space Invaders or a Paragon. Although Paragon plays faster than what you would think it does, regardless of the pitch. It just has a way of having speed. But doing stuff like that, but you know, make the software changes, make it a little bit difficult. Like especially on the classics, you can set up old school Black Knight to have a to make them like the locks. They have to go to the lower playfield, and I think it's hit that. God, there went that multi-ball. Feels bad, but we're getting some customer progress here on this first ball. That's another order. The other thing, if I was going to make this more competition version of Taxi, or not Taxi, Diner, see, that's how much they're the same. I would take these Titan-like rubbers off of them. Because Titans just, they're not bouncy, which can make it more difficult in the fact that you can't dead bounce over. But I would much rather see pinks on here. Yeah, Sea Witch is another good classic game that you run into quite a bit. But there's a lot of things you can do. Like, obviously, you can remove outlane rubbers, you know, make it metal on metal, and do things like that to make it a little bit more difficult for people. I really want to get her fed, but I really want to get my dying time built up, too, because it doesn't make any sense if we're just going for 1,000,000 dying time. I'm not going to set any GCs getting 1,000,000 dying time. There we go. There we don't go. Oh, get up there. Oh, that's as far as it could have went. We did not save it. See, that's the difference between hard setting and medium and easy settings, is you don't have any recovery time. Let's try to get this dying time, even though it's baby dying time. We're not getting it. But yeah, it's one of those things where you want to balance it. You want people to still want to play the game and have fun with it, but you don't want to have them play forever. The other thing that you can't really control is like these top level players, when they play the games, they don't play the games, right? They find something that may not be like the most lucrative thing to do, but it's the safest thing to do. And it's enough points that they're willing to do it over and over, right? Example, this left ramp here. They would probably max out their dying time and then keep going. I know, you're hungry. Yeah, and I think the other thing is location play. They set it up for tournament players, but I think the only time you should see a game set up for like a real tournament setup is if that location is preparing for a specific tournament, like a bigger tournament. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was ball 3 too. Yeah, because then you're asking the operators like Stargrazer to set these pins up for two different purposes. One is to get the rando that's going to walk in, have some beers, and play pinball and just wants to have fun. And then you have me walk in, and I'm expecting to play like a tournament game. That's not to say that like when I walk into a place, I don't want to play an easy game every once in a while. It's fun to walk into places and see a game that's set up really easy. Something that kind of drives me crazy on tournament locations is there's not been an easy way. I think Stern is getting to a good point where they're going to change that, where you can easily change settings with Insider Connected. So if they get to that point where they can just quickly turn on and off extra balls, I think that would help the non-tournament days. Because like when I'm playing, and I'm not playing in a tournament, I'm playing for progression. And with new Stern games, it's almost impossible. Then Eric comes in and shits all. It's a really good, and the audacity of him to not play in tournaments either. He refuses to play in tournaments because he doesn't like his balls interrupted. He has to play his balls in order, is what someone told me. Not him, but one of his buddies told me that's why he doesn't play in tournaments. I'm telling you, if I had his pinball skill, I'd be playing in every tournament and letting everyone know it. They'd be having problems with me. But I'd be having a good time. But yeah, Viking Eric is a guy locally here in Northern Virginia that he travels all over the place. Like, he sees a high score competition reset, he gets in his Viking ship, which I think is an 89 Cutlass. I'm just kidding, I made that up. And he drives to these locations, and then he'll just sit there like all day until he has set what he deems an unbeatable score. And then he'll just get back on the ship, go to the next location, and go take everyone else's high scores. And for the most part, his scores hold up the whole time, too. Also, I think he started streaming, or at least he's recording his videos. I don't know if he's doing live stuff right now, but I did hear that he plans on streaming. So if you want to see a good pinball player stream, you can watch his stuff. If you want to watch me just flail around and make bad pinball decisions, I am also an option. Oh, I opened up those outlanes. Oh, nice. Only at 1.4. It's not bad. My old Harry Potter CE is over at a buddy's house now, and he's not touched my 2.6 yet. But I'm sure as soon as he does, I will be made aware of it. Oh God. So we're seeing the other side of Diner, whereas yesterday it looked like a baby game. Alright, there we go. Okay. I didn't find an Ultraman. I had someone that was gonna sell me an Ultraman, but then he backed out like a couple days before. And I would like to play an Ultraman, Bill. But I have to get it for the right price. The beauty of being me and buying and selling as much as I do is I have a pretty strong idea of where I can get in on things and not take a beating. So I try to make sure that I'm being smart. Okay, I'll have to check that out. People have been pricing them a lot higher than honestly where they should be right now. Do I think it's criminally underpriced? Yeah, but I don't make the rules. I don't make the market. But people are asking like 55, 6,500, 5,500 to 6,000, and it's not even close to that price. That being said, if they find someone to buy it for that price, then no worries. I don't know why it's so much harder to hit that left ramp now for me, but I cannot loop it now. I rip that dying time, or not the dying time, but the left ramp really, really get well when I'm opening that diverter, but as soon as it's time, it's over. Let me see what Papa the Guy said about his little wizard edition. I mean, you should be able to adjust the switch more than anything. And then obviously they have those brass screws in there that you can adjust. I know, dude. We're going to get you your food. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I would consider that. I spent not way too much for what this is. I spent the right amount, I feel. But this game was not $4,500, which most people will be like, you paid more than $4,500 for a diner? And the answer is yes, I did. Man, I want to stir that cup. I guess that counts. It wasn't a very good stir the cup. Brooklyn Pin, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. Hope the day is going well for everyone that's watching. But I figured I would, I needed a little bit of a break from family time, so I was like, I'll come down and stream for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what my next pin. I think I'm really gonna start making a pretty concerted effort to find an Iron Man, and I don't need like a Vault edition with like the holographic art or anything. I would actually be okay with an OG one. Ooh, did we get that? We did not get that. Oh, that felt good. That one felt good. Now we're on the wrong flipper for both of them, so we'll just do that. Don't you dare. There we go. Now we need to get it in the scoop, and it's timed. So if we don't get in that scoop right away, we will not have a good time. Oh, come on, dude. I know it. See, and when he says you are too slow, that's what, I can't remember who said it. I want to say Misled said it earlier. That's letting you know that you've reset back to rush 1 and not rush 2. You will possibly have that. But we're almost... We need to build the dying time up again, too. That's rough. That's rough. But thank you to everyone for watching. We're getting pretty close to 220 followers. I'd like to see that number go up quite a bit, but we'll see how it goes. I guess I just have to get better content out there. Maybe I need to get like loading screens and like stream starting screens and all that stuff, and do fun thumbnails. Like almost work for Stern maybe in my content creation. There we go. That was the money shot though, and we missed it and we died. We missed it and we died. But I much prefer the way this diner is set up now in comparison if any of you were here yesterday and watched the stream where it was basically baby diner. Thank you. Awesome. We met the follower goal of 220 out of 220. Yeah, I like to play a variety of things. I mean, I know I'm Stern heavy, but that's just a matter of when my schedule gets busy. It's just much easier for me to stream a Stern than it is the other stuff. It just really is. A lot easier to stream and a lot of content, a lot of fun stuff. Although, like if I stream all new Stern stuff, it's kind of a problem too because everyone else is doing that as well. And we live in a pretty good time for pinball content. There's a lot of people. I'm not necessarily, filling a void or anything in the pinball. There's plenty of people my age and my demographic that are streaming. So, crap. Yeah. So, just to give you an idea, Bill Dog, on like what I like my interest in Ultraman is very much value related. It's a very good game if you can get it for the right price. So, like that 5K one with 2K plays and a routed one for 4,800. At the height of COVID stupidity, I bought, I think it was Ultraman number 75 or something, and I bought it with, it had 75 plays on it. I bought it for 4,800 when people were, this is back in the day during COVID when people were paying 10.5 for a premium Deadpool and straight, all that stuff where people just couldn't get games, right? So I paid 4,800 back then. So I'm not really interested in paying that amount for a routed Ultraman. I know markets change, but typically this is a depressed market for pinball right now. 2025 was a great year for pinball, but in terms of all the options people have, it's really drove values down on a lot of things. So I gotta be smart when I find Ultraman, and I will find Ultraman. It's gonna have to be at the right price, which the right price for me is somewhere around like maybe 4,000. Hey, Robin Hood. Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. Not if you look at price history. Yeah. You got to remember my point of perspective. This might help too. Now that you said that, that would be kind of cool. Pop for the guy. So my perspective is from 2020 on, right? I'm not a guy that's had diner for 25 years and then I'm cashing out. My diner that I paid $600 for back in 1997 or whatever random time. I'm not that guy. Like everything that I bought has been 2020 on. 2020 was a weird market. So hopefully that gives you some context for what I'm saying. I feel like I'm pretty on point though, because you're losing quite a bit of money on new Stern Pros or new Sterns in general. You're losing about $1,500 on them generally when you go to sell them. You're not expecting to make money. So those days of the free chicken of being able to like buy a game. Crap. I'm gonna read this. There's a big comment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like the older games, you would think that they're kind of unaffected by things because their values kind of already went through the whole market saturation and everything. There's only what there is out there. There's only so many diners, right? There's only so many there's a crap ton of Adams families, but nice Adams families are a little bit harder to come by, right? But that's all I'm saying is, let's just assume that old Pinbolls here that sells a game after having it for a week, and since 2020, I probably owned about 150 pinball machines. So I'd like to think that I just have tiniest bit of insight on pin values now. Because my goal, could you get like $300 or $400 more than what I might value something for? Probably. But you got to remember, my goal when I list something is not to have it sit there for a month to wait for Joe Sucker to walk in and give me my overpriced amount that I'm asking. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that was like entertaining or useful information for people. Doesn't mean that like my insights are always 100% correct on what I'm talking about. It's just how I view it and how I've minimized, my losses when I'm moving on from games so quickly. Because my value proposition is not one of, what's this thing going to be worth in 7 years, when I hold on to it for that long. My value proposition is, can I get out of this in a week if I need to and not hemorrhage cash so I can continue to do this? Because if I continue to take, $300 to $500 hits on every game that I sell, I can't sustain this. I can't keep doing it. One, it would be dumb, and I'd feel dumb. But so that's just kind of how I look at things. And generally, you can find somebody that is willing to understand. Oh, that should have locked. But you can find people that understand where you're coming from. And generally, I can get the games for a pretty decent price. Like, I'm not going out there killing people on their games and prices. Making millions. Gosh, if you only knew, man. I think that the Bluth gift subs yesterday completely blew up my earnings. I think it might have doubled my earnings, actually. But, yeah. But it's just, I have to know the market because I have to be able to know what I can move in. Like, what's my strike point for all these things? And there's just certain games that you'll never see me stream because the entertainment to value proposition just doesn't work for me. So, like, I value a game differently than the market does. I'm not going to get that game because I'm not going to spend the money because I don't feel like it's worth it. A good example of, like, giving that ratio some concrete evidence of what I'm talking about is Batman Forever sitting over there, right there. I paid $3,700 for it. Had to rebuild the flippers, but it wasn't that it shot poorly. It was time for a flipper rebuild. It was hitting all the shots. It was good. It wasn't that they weren't maintaining or anything like that. But $3,700 for what you get in that game is pretty awesome. There's enough in that game that you're getting tons of stuff to do. The multi-ball rules are fun. The call-outs are fun. The music's fun. The whole vibe of the game is fun. So the cost to enjoyment ratio it's a really nice ratio for that game. Like, I don't feel like I got bamboozled or I'm going to have a hard time moving that game when it's time for it to leave. This game right here, when it does come time to move it, I'm most likely going to have to try to do a trade of some sort where I look for another game of this era that I want to replace it with. Maybe a Taxi. Or I really would like a nice Earthshaker. But once I find that, then I see if I can find someone that wants to play ball, that really wants a diner, and we find a deal that works for both parties, which is the best thing in pinball. Like, all these people looking to, like, and you can kind of tell when you start talking to people on a deal, like, some people just kind of want to, like, I'm not going to use the reference I was going to use, but, like, they want to get the upper hand on you. That's the G-rated version of what I was going to say. But pinball is way too small to be trying to take advantage of a lot of people. Because if you start taking advantage of people and then they finally figure out pinball and figure out that you took advantage of them, they're not going to want to deal with you again. They're not going to want to have another deal or have a warm fuzzy about dealing with you in the future. So, just my ramblings. Oh, J4Land, this diner is spectacular. This was one of my buddy's vaulted diners. Vaulted to him means that it's not leaving. So I've definitely paid up for this diner. But it's a very nice diner. It needs some pink rubbers on it for the flippers. But I can't find them right now, and I'm getting really upset about that. But this diner is a sample diner, which is why it has the yellow habit trail. It also has the diamond plate playfield, which keeps the discoloration that you see on most diners from happening. That would be awesome, because I need some pinks on this, because these little low bounce, look at that sad low bounce. Very sad low bounce. Hate it. Cue up the miss. Ah, man, I've not gotten a single good cup bonus today. I hit that thing for 3 million yesterday. Yeah, the Suzo Hap Reds is what I'm talking about. The IPA rubber of choice. Yeah, but this one is, so there was only 200 of these that were made with the Diamond Plate playfield, and this is one of them. And it's a very nice one. And it also has a playfield protector over it, so nothing's touching the Diamond Plate anyway. Yeah, they are the best rubbers, especially for getting ready for competition. So I don't even think I think we might have broken 12 million once, or maybe 15 million, but scores are definitely down from yesterday when it was set up like a baby game. Oh, wait, this is good that you're here, because you can tell me what the meta is. Because I don't know what the meta is on Diner. I really don't know what the meta is on Diner. J4 Land, this is Joe. Joe is an awesome competitive pinball player. Much better than me. But Joe knows the metas, and I do not know the metas. I'm stirring that cup, Joe. It's very satisfying. I see cup, I stir it. That's what I do. Okay. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Can't you do the same thing with Priester? Can't you do the same thing on the left ramp, though, where eventually you max out the dying time value and you get like 300k a ramp? You got third in that game. I was talking about that earlier too, Joe. That and I was giving you grief on the stream yesterday. I will admit, because it was breaking my heart watching you shats. I know it's a skill, but it's consistent. Yeah, that's why I hate competitive pinball. Like, I hate when people just do the safe thing. But I was losing my mind when you were shatsing. Like, I was like, love you, Joe. Please play the game. Please play the game. Just wanted you to play the game. But I mean, it takes skill. Like, it's not an argument that I'm winning. Like, it's just something that I personally don't like. All right, let's see if we can actually play this multi-ball. Just gonna park that over there. Maybe get enough on it. Oh, there, we got rush 2 somehow. So I'd like to get over there. I'm trying to. Oh, I got it. So our ramps are 500k. I don't know why you do commit to the bit. He did not stop. Even when... I think you did get it ball 3 in your defense. So we didn't do anything. I'd like to really get a series of ramps where I just absolutely destroy those ramps after collecting all those, but I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. I'm going to get you your food, don't you worry. Yeah. And then I just got lucky on ball 1 on that Centaur game we were playing, where it actually let me spell orbs in order. And then I stayed in a perpetual multi-ball for a long time. That's the Gorby music. Have you ever heard me reference Gorby music? That's the Gorby music from Taxi. But people aren't going for dying time on this game. You would think that they would, because good players could actually consistently hit that ramp. Unlike me, that's over here struggling like a boss. This spinner needs a little bit of help, too. That's the next thing I want to look at and get really zipping. Oh, I want to stir that cup. How can they resist the urge of the cup stirring? I just don't see how it's possible. Love stirring the cup. But yeah, so that's been my TED Talk on pinball sales and competitive pinball things and all those things. But for a game like this, I'm probably going to have to trade it to get into another game that I want. Good TED Talk. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm going to try to focus and actually put together a good game here and see if we can do something that's useful before this stream ends. So I only planned on being down here for a little bit. I will, Pepe. Calm down. Let's be respectful of each other's time. It's Christmas and I'm working at a diner. You're just being unreasonable. This is where I miss. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, I got it. Such a fun way to build a jackpot value. I believe it caps at 12 million. I missed that. That was my fault. Can we get back up there? We did. On hard settings, it only gives you 6 seconds to get back up there. So, like, we're not getting back up there now. It'll time out before we're able to get it back up there. But we build a pretty good dying time. The other thing that you could do with your multi-ball is if you're going on dying time strats, is you can make sure to feed your people in the multi-ball instead of trying to do dying 1, dying 2. And try to get your dying time. I would love to get that in that scoop. Oh, we nailed it. Oh, we got a ramp! Heck yeah. We're doing the thing! We might break 10 million. Oh, God. I need to get these under control. Please close your eyes if you don't like controlled pinball play. It's going to happen here for a second. I think it's gross, too. We got dying time, so now our priorities have shifted. Oh, that was it! Did it give it to us? Oh, we got it. Just kidding. We don't have to do it. Ball did it for us. Now we can just farm 500 Ks. No, we can't, because we missed. But you can see what I was getting at there, right? This is a pretty good. I'm gonna call this a good game on Diner. I'm gonna risk it and call this quality pinball action. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I just noticed you can advance dying time on the end lanes. I never knew that. Hell yeah. Got 24 million. Legit 24 million on a hard setup. So if you weren't joined in when I started the stream, change the settings. It was on like medium settings, so diner was automatically, you just hit the ramp and then immediately stir the cup if you wanted to. Also, it gave you 12 seconds. I guess I don't need to point.